You're muted.
Here we go.
There you go.
Good morning, Uma Community Clinic family. Welcome to our free Wednesday morning yoga class. I hope you all gracefully survived the Christmas holiday. I know, for a lot of people, it's a hard holiday and you're sitting up with people that ain't checked on you all year, that you don't really care for, and or missing family that you're not in touch with, like really having a hole in your spirit that you're not in touch with family members. So I'm happy to say that holiday is behind us and we can move on to truly celebrating new beginnings for January, and maybe considering thinking about for the last few days of this year, big accomplishments that you made in 2022, thinking about those things. And then next week, we'll talk about things we want to see more of in 23, or changes we want to make, or, sometimes we have to clean our real life friends list, not the one on Facebook, but friends and family that create chaos and dissension in our lives, not just their own life, but their toxic behaviors or personalities spill over onto us and can ruin our mood or wreak havoc on our lives peripherally from dealing with them. So as I've said years, over the years, sometimes we have to let friends and family go with love and no altercation and no confrontation, and just kind of take some steps backwards from them, where you just the relationship just kind of dies out, and you move on and find new things and new people that bring you more joy and satisfaction into your life. And that is my TED Talk for the last Wednesday of December of 2022. So for my new friends that are on, I want to just remind you to please be mindful of your body. If I ask you to do anything that you know is going to create pain. Now, pain is different than discomfort. Pain is a warning sign or warning sensation that something is too much or something is wrong. So we want to just be mindful of our bodies. I say that you are your own best yoga teacher and your own best yoga student. So be thoughtful. If you have any injuries, just be aware you don't want any pain. Discomfort is another thing. We might be moving in ways that your body's not accustomed to, and it just needs to be babied a little bit into those shapes and poses. And so you'll know the difference. Pain is a big red warning light, like stop too much, the body is saying. If you need a break, feel free to take a break whenever you like. We'll be taking short breaks as we go along. And what else? And a break is water break, bathroom break, rest break. It's whatever it is for you. You don't have to wait for us to collectively go on a break. Sometimes we just need to take a couple breaths on our own and then resume with the class when you're ready. So we'll start with grounding, as I start every week. And grounding is just a way to bring your awareness and attention and energy into the space that we are in. And I don't mean the physical space per se. I just mean that the space that we're about to practice yoga. So we want to have a look. First, we'll start with the gift of sight, and just look around your space for just as if it's your first time in the room. I want to turn this music off for now. So as if it's your first time in your room, the room that you're in, and just have a look around with fresh eyes. Seeing what you see, noticing what's there. And then I want you to see what color grabs your attention or snags your attention. What color is that thing? And then look for 3 other things that color. I sometimes use the expression dominant color. So the main color in your room, or you can just use a color that jumps out at you above and beyond, above all the other colors that are in your space. And then we use a sense of hearing. Happy to report the neighbor gardener came earlier before we started, so his motors are gone. He's gone on to the next job. Anyway, listening for sounds outside your space. It might be cars or traffic sounds, birds, voices, children's laughter, I have wind chimes out there. They're kind of still right now because it's not enough wind to move them around, but just listening to sounds outside your room, that the space that you're in, outdoors. Then we move to sounds inside your room. And the only sound I have is the fountain that's running in the corner. It's the cat's water feature, so they drink more water because cats, for some reason, they do not love water. I don't know what that's about, but they do not love water. And so sometimes if I have my door to my kitchen open, I can hear the refrigerator motor, but I've remember to close the door so I don't have that annoyance going on. We now use our sense of smell and see what you smell in your space. I set up the diffuser. There's a little lavender scent going around my room here to see what you smell. You may have coffee smell, breakfast, I don't know, baked goods, I don't know, whatever it could be, shower, after shower smell in the room, soapy smell, which is nice. And then we'll move to our sense of taste and what do you taste on your palate? Same things. It may have been juice, coffee. I just had some water, so that's not really a taste, but that's what's there. Toothpaste, breakfast, fruit, whatever you've had. And then we'll do the sense of touch. I just want you to place your hands on top of your knees or thighs and just rub your hands. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Ugh. My hands are on my thighs and I'm just rubbing my hands back and forth to notice the texture of the pants. And if you have on shorts, of your skin, just noticing the fabric. Is it thin or thick? Is it smooth or rough? And just having an awareness. This is also a nice way, if you're feeling a little stressed out, to soothe your nervous system by these rubs, but really noticing the sensation, not just, absently rubbing your hands on your thighs, but really feeling the pressure of your hands and fingers on your thighs, and then noticing the texture of the fabric of your clothing, or if you have on shorts, just your skin. Okay, we can also place your right hand up on top of your left shoulder. You can also do this. We've done these before. They're called arm brushes. Good way to soothe the nervous system. You just stroking from the shoulder down to all the way down to the fingertips. So you notice the fabric, your shoulder bow, the joint, and then down the arm, get to the wrist. Notice the back of the hand and the bones in the hand, and all the way down to the fingertips. And so having an awareness. Let's change sides. So on this side, my watch is under there, so I can feel the bump of my watch as I go past my wrist. So just doing this a few times. These are called arm brushes. These are also really good if you're feeling anxious or unsettled. I talk about doing these on the thighs in preparing for, like if you're at a table or desk in a meeting that you can if it's a kind of scary meeting or anxiety-inducing meeting, that you could just rub your hands on your knees or thighs, and nobody will know the wiser. But that's a way that we can help our nervous system. So, Yolanda, my class is always about how to manage our daily living and the stresses, especially of living in LA, anywhere, any big city in the world, but especially here in LA, because this is the place this and New York are the two places that I can really relate to because I've lived in both. And so using tools that we learn to help us through the day if we're starting to get annoyed with traffic or, something unsettling happens, to not just stay up there with the energy, but to bring yourself back down to a neutral place. Okay. So it's called regulating your nervous system. Self-soothing is another word for that. So I'm going to go get on my mat and we will get started. And I want you to sit in a comfortable way. So you can preferably sit with your legs crossed, because that helps you also to stay upright. You can put a blanket or a towel under your tush for cushioning. I'm going to move this eventually, but I'm going to start with it here. It also lifts your hips up. So there's a little bit of more comfort to have your hips lifted up a little higher than your knees. And this is called easy pose or cross leg seated pose. It's got a few names, but easy pose. I personally call it cross leg seated. That's the name I heard first, way back when I first started yoga, but I came to learn later, like years later, it's also called easy pose. And so we want to just get settled here, take a few breaths, and just notice the connection of your sit bones. Those are the bones all the way underneath your body, making contact with the floor. You just want to have a notice of that. And these notices, these things I ask you to notice and be aware of as we go along will also help us to stay in the moment in our yoga practice, because yoga is one of those things that we can do where we are doing the thing that the instructor says do, and our mind is in the supermarket trying to figure out what we need to bring home. And so it's easy because of the meditative effective yoga to float, your attention just floats off. So I'll be saying from time to time, notice the sensations here or there. You may not feel them, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's just that you don't feel them, and that's okay. Or I might be saying notice XYZ because it's a target area of a shape we're in. So hands on your knees or thighs. We want the shoulders and the hips vertical over one over the other. And I want you to pull in your belly button and sit up as tall as you can. So your spine is lengthening up. And this helps to create really good posture over time. And just sit with this just for a few breaths. We're breathing through our nose. And the reason why, there's a few reasons, but the biggest reason for me when I teach nasal breath is the exhale, again, helps to calm the nervous system. Even if the nervous system is calm, it just helps to keep you at an even keel. And that's in the nasal exhale. That does not happen in the mouth breathing exhale, okay? So sitting here for just a few breaths, sitting up tall, belly button in, make sure your jaw stays loose and relaxed. Sometimes when we're concentrating, we're trying something different, our jaw just locks up to help us concentrate, and we really don't need that kind of help. And so make sure the jaw is loose, and the way to do that is just separate the upper and lower arches of your teeth just a hair, just a little bit. That'll unlock the jaw muscle. Facial muscles are neutral, so we're not frowning, we're not scowling, we're not straining. We are just at rest. That's what we are. Just drop your chin to your chest. Hold here. See if you feel any stretch on the back of your neck and the muscles high up on the back. The muscles that connect from the back to the neck, and then the muscles on top of the shoulders. You might feel a little give there. Just hold here. So you're either looking down or your eyes are closed. And I want to talk about the eyes. For some of us, closed eyes is not comfortable at all. So you are more than welcome to keep your eyes wide open. We can also suggest, or I can also suggest closing your eyes halfway. When you close your eyes, obviously you're cutting out a lot of distraction, the light, things like in my room, there's a lot of things in here that y'all can't see, thank God. But it can be a distraction. So when I lower my lids, it kind of obviously dims the light, dims the brightness, and it helps me go meditative a little bit easier. And then for the rest of us, we want to see what's happening, even in our own space. So you can leave your eyes wide open. So looking down toward the floor, forehead forward, chin to chest. We're just going to hold here a few more breaths. We're getting a slow stretch, a slow release on the muscles in the back of the neck. Checking on your breath, nasal breath. Slow the breath down and smooth it out. So we want the inhales and exhales pretty much like ocean waves in and out. They also can sound like that. If you listen to your own breathing, you can hear this kind of similar sound of the ocean waves and the breath kind of sounding the same. And then let's circle the head. Either way, good morning, whoever just came. Thanks for coming. Happy last Wednesday of 2020. We are thinking about things that we accomplished this year that we are happy about or proud of, that maybe despite a lot of distractions and stuff that we made it through for that project or that goal. And so just thinking about maybe 3 things that you can be proud of. I have my biggest number one thing after, I don't know how many years, 20 years, maybe not that long, 15, let's say 15, of having the same interior paint, even when it was dead looking and boring and no energy. I painted back in April and I was so scared because I started painting mentally 5 years before that, and I just chickened out because I have, furniture and stuff. I've been living here since 95. And so the thought of moving stuff out on the lawn, into the lawn, it just would freeze me and paralyze me, and I wouldn't do it. So this year I stepped up in April. The man just said, we'll just cover it in plastic. I'm like, oh my God, is it that easy? And we painted my apartment. It gave me new life. Let's circle the other way. So that is I think that might be top thing. Check on your mic. Your mic is on. Circling the head. So think about 3 things that you are proud, even if you are proud to yourself. It's not that like I painted, but I'm just so happy that I finally did it because it really just enlivened me to be in my space. Come back to center. Turn your head to the right. I want you to lift and lower your chin. Slow and easy. And if you have any pain, maybe not turn your head so far to the right. Bring it back just a little bit. We're just lifting and lowering. Again, eyes open, halfway open or closed. And the next time you look down, I want you to hold the gaze downward to your right side. So looking toward the floor on the right, hold there. Take some breaths.
I gotta dig deeper.
Sitting up tall. Somebody's mic is on. Can you check your mics, please? Breathe through your nose. And then let's inhale to center. Turn your head to the left. And then look down and up, or up and down to the left. Breathing big breaths. We're using nasal breath. We're sitting up straight. Spine is long, belly button in, jaw is loose, facial muscles are loose. We're going to control our breathing. You are in charge of your breath. Next time you look down toward the floor on the left, hold the gaze there. Take some more breaths. Then inhale, head to center, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. So these are all neck love. Neck love. These are inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Hold here. Take your left hand, put it on the right side of your head. We're going to add a little weight to enhance or increase the stretch on the right side. We're not pulling with the left hand or left arm. We're just letting it be, letting some natural or organic weight pull our head a little bit more to the left. Okay, hold here and breathe. And then inhale, release the left arm. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Bring the right hand up and over to the left side of your head and hold here. So again, we're not pulling. We're just letting the natural weight of the right arm enhance the stretch on the left side of the neck and the top of the left shoulder. We will do a little sequence for our shoulders. Bring your hands, let's change the crossover. First, let's straighten our legs out. Windshield wiper your feet, shake out your arms. We're gonna reset. So remember, if you can, what leg was in front or on top. We're gonna put the other leg in front or on top. So as, I don't know why, but over the years, I eventually realized that I always cross my left leg in front. And so I know just unconsciously, that's how I started when I said cross your legs. So I'm gonna recross them so that the right leg is on top. Sit up tall, bring your hands in front of your heart. Again, shoulders and hips are in a vertical line. The belly button is pulled in to engage your abdominal muscles. That really helps our posture. It helps us to lift top of our head toward the ceiling or toward the sky. So hands are in prayer hands. Take a breath in here. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms out away from you. Exhale, push your arms straight out. So we're gonna hold here, take some breaths here. Arms are horizontal to the floor, so they're not dangling down here. The arms are engaged, and we're pushing the palms forward. So you might feel something happening to your shoulder blades and back. Push your palms away. Wrists are flexed. This is good for carpal tunnel therapy, we'll say. Doesn't cure it, but sometimes it relieves the pressure of carpal tunnel or the pain of carpal tunnel. Just hold here, pushing the palms forward, allowing the shoulders to come forward too. So getting a nice stretch across the upper back as well. Then inhale, palms up. So we're sitting up again as tall as we can. The palms are facing the sky. And if you can, bring your arms back to your ears. And if you can, straighten your elbows as much as possible. We'll be here for a few breaths. Hold here, breathe. So we're stretching basically from the wrist all the way down to the hips, the muscles on the side body in this particular shape. And then exhale into what's called cactus arms or goal post. And so here the upper arm, the back side of the upper arm, the bottom of the upper arm is horizontal with the floor. So again, where the arms are engaged, they're intentional. We're not just hanging down here, doing half the job. We're engaging the arms, and the arms, the upper part of the arms is running horizontal to the floor. So just hold here and pull your arms back a little bit so you get a stretch across your chest. See if you feel that. It also constricts the muscles around the shoulder blades, which is good because it brings some blood there, some additional blood there. Then we're going to exhale, hands in front of your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. We're going in real time now. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, prayer hands. Exhale, push your palms out, straight out horizontally. Inhale, lift. Exhale, goal post. You always call that field goal. Goal post arms. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Again, inhale, push, lift, exhale. Inhale, prayer. Interlace, push. That's the exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. I want you to hold here. Let's recross the leg, other one in front. So holding here, palms are up. Take some breaths. Inhale here. Exhale to your right. Okay, so the palms are facing away. The left shoulder is going to want to come forward. We don't need the help of the left shoulder, so pull it back to a neutral placement, and hold here. So noticing if you feel any deep stretching in your left, the rib cage on your left side. And hold and breathe. And then come to the middle. That's an inhale, exhale to the left. So same thing, keep the right shoulder rather in a neutral position. Breathe. Slow breath, smooth out your breathing. And then inhale to center, back to the right side, exhale. Lean to your right, left shoulder stays neutral. Breathe. Inhale to center. It's the last time. Exhale to your left, and then breathe. And then inhale to center. We're going to lower the arms. Notice how they feel as we bring them down. So that feeling is happiness that we're bringing them down, but also the muscles are rebounding to their natural position. Legs extended out. We're shaking out arms, hands, and windshield wipering feet and legs. So just do a body scan and see what you notice on the upper part of your body. You might feel a little energized up there. That's additional blood flow from the movement, and also we've got a lot more oxygen inside of us than we did when we first started. Okay, recross your legs, and we're going to turn to the right. So the left hand touches the right knee. I want you to sit up as straight as you can and turn to your right as much as you can. The right hand, you can either be on your fingertips placed behind you or your flat palm placed behind you. Third option is wrap the right hand. I'm going to turn around. Right hand can wrap either to the mid-back, low part of your spine in the middle, or all the way over toward the left hip. So your right fingers are near the left hip. Doesn't matter how close you get. So this wrapping puts gives a nice opening to the shoulder cap. So in this case, the right shoulder cap. So you may wrap, you may palm down behind you, you may fingertips down behind you. You get to pick, you can try all three. Find out which one feels the most therapeutic or the best. We can use the word the best. But see which one, where you go, oh, that feels great. Look for that one. Looking over your right shoulder for now, hold there. And then turn your head from left to right, right to left a few times. Sitting up tall. And then hold looking over your left shoulder, hold there, twisting to the right. So in this shape, it's a spinal twist, seated spinal twist or seated twist. So we're putting the spine in a sort of spirally shape, which helps to decompress the joint, the spine, the vertebrae one from another by adding a little space from the twisting. And we're going to come back to center. Let's shake out our arms. Notice how they feel. Stretch out your legs. Wiggle your feet a few times. And then we'll recross the legs, the other one on top. This time, right hand touches left knee. The left hand can be flat palm behind you or fingertips behind you, or wrapping the left arm around you, around by your waist, turning as far to the left as you can. And we'll start looking over the left shoulder. So hold there, twist as far as you can. And then look over the right shoulder and hold there, twisting to the left. And then looking left, right, right, left. Of course, somebody called me while I'm teaching. Hold that, move your head side to side. Just do this real quick. And then come back to center. Stretch out your legs. I'm going to move my blanket now because I want to be flat on the floor. Legs stretched out, windshield wiper, and shake your arms. And then we're going to sit with the legs extended straight out, separated to your comfort. So whatever that is for you. Some people prefer their legs side by side. This is more, it's not really a challenge, but it takes me more to keep them like this. I'd rather than be able to just do their own thing. So I separate my legs a little bit. Toes are up, so the feet are flexed. This engages the muscles in the legs. We're going to just walk ourselves forward. So take an exhale and come forward. Look down between your knees. You can be on your flat palms or your fingertips. Same as when we twisted around, did those twists. Some of you may have access to the forearms on the floor. Just do what you do and look down between your knees, or you can close your eyes. So we want the back flat. We don't want to hump back. We want the spine long, even though we're leaning forward. And we want the spine and the neck to be an extension of each of them. So the neck is long, the spine is long. Back is flat, we're leaning forward, toes are up. So this is a stretch for the back of the legs, actually for the entire back body. The muscles, the back of the body are getting a nice stretch. You might feel, you can also put your hands on your shins if you want, if that's helpful. You might feel some intensity in the back of your knees, maybe, maybe not. Just see what you notice back there. I feel intensity. Check your breathing. And then inhale, both arms up, palms face each other. Sit up really tall each time we come up. Then when we come forward, I want you to reach out before you come down. So that's the exhale. Inhale, lift, sit up tall. Exhale, stretch the spine forward and out before you bend forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift, sit up tall. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, down, we're holding. So hands flat, fingertips or forearm, your choice. Good morning, welcome. Looking down between your knees. Back is flat, spine is long. Neck and spine are one plane, one line. You might feel something nice in the low part of the back. That's called the low part of the spine, the lumbar spine. Back of the knees. It might not feel so challenging or difficult now that we've been positioned like this for a couple minutes. Just hold this shape. And then inhale, walk yourself upright, shake out arms and legs. I'm gonna bring the feet together. This is called butterfly. It's a hip opener, or cobbler, like a shoemaker, not the peach cobbler, the shoemaker cobbler. And you can either let your feet, the pinky sides of your feet touch, or you can close your feet together. You get to decide. I want you to massage your arches while we're here. If you do this on your own time, you can always take a couple of towels and put them on the outside of each thigh or each leg so that you can let the leg just not be hanging in space, but resting on something, a pillow, or blanket, or towel, to make it a little more accessible. I can either or. This is more comfortable with something under it, but I'm used to this shape, so this doesn't bother me. But for some of us, when we're new yogis, not having that support can kind of feel a little challenging. So massaging the arches, massaging your feet. And so the feet and hands, 26 bones each, which is a lot of little moving parts. A lot of little muscles here and there, and obviously the pressure we put on our feet from pounding around all day long. The minute we step out of bed, we are putting, pressure on our feet to carry us around. And so these massages, self-massages, are always a great thing. Also, that helps to stimulate the organs around the body. There are nerve endings in each foot, hand, and ear. The outer ears. And so that's where we get the acupuncture practice. I mean, it's all over the body, but when they do a lot of needling around the ears, it's to hit certain organs. All right, extend the left leg straight out. Left toes up, and turn your torso, readjust it, so that you're not turned to the right, but that your center line, your midline is the middle of you. So I'm going to turn the torso that way. I want you to exhale, lean forward. So one hand on either side of the left leg. The back is flat and looking down towards your left knee. Left toes are up, which means the left leg is flexed, engaged. You may do palms or fingertips or forearms, your choice. You get to pick what works for you. This is a hip opener for the right hip, a lumbar stretch by us leaning forward, and the left leg is getting a stretch from the basically from the top of your thigh all the way down to your heel. So just holding here. So on this side for me, I feel a lot of activity on the back of my thigh. It feels a little tight back there. So again, when I ask you to notice what you feel, it's nothing for us to worry about or fix unless it's pain, that's a worry. But we're just noticing the different sensations of our body instead of just going like sheep through the class. I say, raise your arm, you raise your arm. I want you to notice and feel the feedback from your body. Inhale, lift your arms up, sit up really tall, fingertips up toward the sky. Exhale, first reach out and then come down. Inhale, reach out and then lift up. Exhale, reach out and then come down. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, come down. I want you to hold here again. Down at your left knee, hold there. Then inhale, both arms up. Let the arms swan dive down. On an exhale, extend the right leg. Windshield wiper legs, shake out your arms. We'll change sides. So now the right foot touches the inside. Left foot touches the inside of the right thigh. Turn your torso, center it. Right toes are up. We're going to slowly exhale and walk our hands forward again. Long spine, flat back. So this is hip opener for the left hip. Lumbar stretch by leaning forward and a stretch on the back of the right leg. Now on this side, I don't feel that same thing I felt on the back of my right thigh that I felt on the back of the left thigh. So again, no worry. It's just what it is, but I'm aware. I'm aware of what it feels like. So looking down toward the right knee, hold here. Take some breaths, try to settle into the pose. Allow your body to just kind of sink in and hold there, breathe. And then inhale both arms up, sit up really tall. Exhale, we'll do 4 of these. Reach out first and then come down. So when we reach out first, inhale, reach out and come up. We're extending the spine just a little bit more. Exhale, reach out first and then come down. Inhale, reach out first and then come up. And I think this is the last one. Exhale, forward, come down. No, we have one more. Inhale, come up. And this last one we're going to hold. So hands on the mat, on your fingertips, on your forearms. Look down. See, now I'm a little bit more warmed up. I can get my forearms down, but I couldn't do it at the very beginning because I was not warmed up enough. So looking down toward the right knee, hold here. Inhale, arms up. Let the arms swan dive down. Extend the left leg out and windshield wiper feet and shake out your arms. Going to reposition our right leg. So right leg above right ankle, above or below your left knee. So this is a different positioning of the hip joint because we reposition the right hip joint because we reposition the right leg. Just exhale and come forward. Look down at the left knee and hold. So we don't want to put our right ankle on our left knee. Knees are not made to go backwards. So we never put pressure on the knees ever. Leaning forward, palms or fingertips, up to you. Look down at the left knee. So you might feel something in a different part of the hip joint that when we had our leg out on the floor, like the right foot touching the inside of the left thigh felt one way to me. And now that the leg is lifted up a little bit on a different angle, this feels differently. And just hold. And then inhale, walk yourself up, stretch out the right leg, windshield wiper the feet, and we'll change left ankle above or below the right knee. Right toes up, sit up tall, exhale, lean forward, palms or fingertips, you get to pick. Look down at the right knee. So my left hip in this shape feels much tighter than my right hip. So again, nothing's wrong with me. I'm not broken. It's just different on the other side. And then inhale, walk yourself up. We're going to lay on our back. And since my blanket's here, I'm just gonna put that so it'll be kind of under my shoulder blades, but if I didn't have that close, I'd be flat out on my mat. So bringing the feet flat on the floor, knees up, separate your feet, your legs so that they're comfortable. The width of them is comfortable to you. I'm just gonna windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So both knees going the same way. And while we're doing this, I want you to feel how the muscles around your pelvic area and the very tops of your thighs, where your torso and your legs come together, to see if you feel any muscle stretch happening there. And we're moving the breath. So this is sort of a spinal twist. The low spine is getting a little twisty. And also this is good for the hip sockets. We get really tight in our human bodies, just are tight in the hips unless you consciously work at keeping the hips loose and fluid. So say my yoga studies. The next time your knees go to your right, just let them fall any way they fall, and we'll hold here. Look to your left, so turn your head so that the left cheek is down. So looking to the left, the arms are out to the side, palms are up. So turning the head to the left puts a nice little stretchy thing on the right side of the neck. And then inhale, knees to center, turn your head to the right, and drop your knees to the left, and just hold there. And then come back to center, knees to chest, and hold on. Just hold on, knees to chest. So this is a nice stretch for the low spine again. Just like the feet, the low part of our spine or our back takes a lot of throughout the day. It takes a lot of the brunt of us being upright. And if we don't have good posture, that part of us can always be tight or strained or in pain. And so this is one way to loosen that up. I'm actually pulling my knees toward my chest. So you can just have the knees toward the chest, or you can make an effort to pull them closer, and that deepens the stretch on the low spine. So try them both and see which one suits you best. I want you to rock side to side. So here we bring in a little massage effect to the low part of the back. And if you want to go all the way to whichever side, you get a little massage on the hip sockets too. Okay, so making the turns more horizontal, where you come all the way to the side versus the knees or the legs more vertical, more upright. So you can hit different parts of the back depending on how far you twist or how far you turn. So this is a nice way to give a self-massage for the low back. You can do these in bed. I do these sometimes in bed. They're not as, they obviously don't feel the same as being on a hard floor, but they are also nice on a soft surface as well. And then come back to center, knees to chest. So this, we're gonna call this little shape the pearl. And I'm gonna have you inhale and then arms and legs like a starfish flat out on the floor. Then I'm gonna have you come back into the pearl, except the pearl, we're gonna lift our head toward our knees, forehead toward the knee. So let's start with that. Forehead, head up off the mat, forehead towards your knees. This is the pearl shape, and I made this up. Anyway, take a breath in, exhale, arms and legs out, starfish shape. I did that wrong. That should have been an inhale. Okay, from here, exhale, curl into a pearl. We always want the exhales when we contract the body. Inhale, big starfish. Exhale, curl, pearl. Lift your head. Inhale, starfish. These are good for abdominal work. Exhale, pearl. In the theme of water things. Inhale to starfish. Exhale to pearl. We'll do 3 more sets. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, pearl. Inhale, starfish. This is number 2. Exhale, pearl. Last one. Inhale, starfish. Notice how your abs may start to burn. Exhale, pearl. And then inhale to starfish and hold there and just return to your natural breathing pattern. And just hold here. Take some breaths in and out. Place the left foot on the floor, extend the right sole of the foot up toward the sky. Hold on to the back of your right leg with interlaced hands, or you can hang onto your pant leg if you have on long pants. Right toes are pointing toward the floor above your head. I'm gonna exhale, lift, forehead towards your right knee. Inhale, lower your head. Exhale, lift, forehead toward the right knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So that lifting works, it's called the thoracic part of the spine. That's the part of the spine that is right below the neck. The cervical spine is the neck. The next part of the spine is the thoracic part. So we're going to lower the right leg, but I want you to take your time like you're moving in honey. Okay, slow motion. The right foot is flexed. Lower the right leg as slowly as you can. Take your time like you're underwater. Take your time. No rush, no hurry. Right leg on the floor. When you get there, and then extend the left leg out. Bring the arms up and over on a breath in. Take a nice big stretch here, whatever that is for you. I'll offer a couple suggestions for your hands and feet. You can just do a standard basic stretch, or you can circle your wrists and ankles. You can reverse the circle a few times each way. You can also flex and release your fingers, your hands, and point and flex your feet. So you decide what kind of stretch you want to take and make it work for you. Then we're going to place right foot on the floor, right knee up, left foot comes up, left foot is facing the sky, and just hold here. So interlacing hands behind the left knee or left thigh. You can hold on to your left pant leg if that's easier. Make it accessible, whatever whatever works for you. And just hold here for just a couple breaths. Time flies. Okay, exhale, lift your forehead towards your left knee. And the left foot is flexed, everyone. Inhale. Head down on the mat. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, up. Inhale, come down. And this will be number 4. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come down. And then exhale, lower the left leg. Take your sweet time, getting it down to the floor. No rush, no hurry. When you get to the floor, extend the right leg out along the mat, along your mat. Inhale, arms up and over. Another stretch. Again, circling wrists, circling feet. Point and flex your feet. Flex and release your fingers, or just a basic stretch with arms overhead. Do whatever you like. Just notice how you feel. Do a body scan, how you feel right now. Since we started, are there any changes that you notice? You can feel exactly the same as when you started. It's just whatever you're experiencing. And then one more thing we'll do. Left foot on the mat, cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Drop both knees to your left. The arms are out in a T shape. Or you can bring the arms in a diamond shape above your head, hands above your head, where the thumb and the the index fingers make a triangle. You can have the back of your hands on the floor, elbows bent, or arms out in a T, palms up, your choice. So in this twist, it's another way to do a spinal twist. Might feel a pull on the right buttock. That's one of the target areas of this shape. See what you notice. And then inhale, knees to the sky. Right foot comes down, left thigh over right thigh, and we're dropping the knees to the right this time. So again, you can bend your elbows in a diamond shape, index fingers and thumbs touching in a triangular shape above your head, palms up, or arms out in a T shape, also palms up, you decide. So the left buttock for me feels much tighter. There's more sensation there than I felt on my right buttock. So again, comparing, but not to worry. There's nothing wrong. It's just the feedback that my body is giving that's saying this butt is a little tighter than the other side. This buttocks is a little tighter. And then inhale, come back to center. And now we're gonna lower the legs up. I wanna give you some options. We're gonna go into final rest. So if you want to grab something to put over you, like whatever's there, jacket, towel, blanket, you put that over you. This is called traditional corpse pose, where we lay out, if you can see my feet, where the feet are dropping open, the arms are away from the body, palms up. So for many of us, this is definitely a vulnerable position. It is not comfortable as far as it's unsettling. There could be triggers there. So you may bring your knees to your chest and turn onto one side and let the lower arm become your pillow. Okay, so that's if you are totally uncomfortable emotionally laying in that position. Sometimes laying flat out, when I first started yoga, I had a hard time just laying flat out because my low back was so tight. So for us, I learned to put your feet on the on the long edges of your mat. So separate the feet really wide and then allow the knees to drop together. And the knees dropping together, the knees support each other. And so you can get comfortable and settled into that shape. So those are three options: side corpse pose, traditional corpse pose, or corpse pose with knees bent. And actually the fourth option is that you can do this sitting up. I've had people in some of my, when we were live, the good old days, I had people doing this standing up because that's how they felt safe and comfortable. So I want you to pick what you like. We're going to go into final rest. It's also called Shavasana, and not also called, excuse me, in Sanskrit, which is yoga's language, it's called Shavasana. Shavasana has two meanings. It means final relaxation, and it also means corpse pose. It's one of the few poses that has two meanings: the actual pose shape and then the actual session of the actual portion of the class. Shavasana is final rest. And this part of class allows our bodies to assimilate all the energy that we've stirred up in an even equal way around the body. It's a very important part of class. A lot of the classes that I've attended, people walk out during this part because it's boring or whatever they say. And it's actually the most crucial part of the whole dang thing is this part. So get settled in, allow your body to sink into your mat. Sometimes I invite my students to, if they're near a bed or sofa, they can lay on that. But just whatever way for you that you can settle in, please work on being settled and just still, as still as you can. And I know twitches start to happen and come up, but do the best you can. So just focus your attention on your breath for the moment. And we're doing long, slow inhale. And then complete exhale. So with each breath out, we want to clear the lungs to make space for a fresh breath, a big fresh breath. Attention to your feet. Attention to your hands. Attention to your spine. Attention to your breath. Turn your head from side to side. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Your next exhale, bring your knees to your chest and turn onto either side and hold there. And then when you're ready, take the top arm and push yourself up to seated. So I want to thank you all for coming to class. Hi, Terlin. Hi, Terlin and Evelyn. And Evelyn, my friend Yolanda has joined us. Evelyn is the wonderful soul that hired me to teach with Shalyn and her organization. I wanted to leave you with this for the new year. Again, thinking of 3 accomplishments that you are loud and proud about for 2022, and maybe ways to improve your lives in 2023. Just small steps. We don't need a long list because long lists get overwhelming and then we just give up. Okay, so I want to just say, may you be happy. May your life have meaning, and may you be an instrument for social change. Happy New Year, friends.
Happy New Year. Thank you. Glad you're back. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm back too. And I'll see you all in a week. And
Okay.
enjoy the festivities safely and have a good time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Evelyn, you want to say hi?
Thank you, DeJur. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
This is our last class.